Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Nate Almighty. And when I tell y'all that this moment right here that we're all about to experience together is monumental, I want to thank all of you who are listening and watching this video right now, because this may be the best power video that I've ever made. Right now it is 11:47 at night, Wednesday night, August 27th, and I have just created "This is how OG Power should have ended" between Ghost and Tariq, and also how Power Book 2 Ghost should have began. At this moment, I'm not sure if I'm going to break this down into two videos, but when I tell y'all this is creative and this is incredible, I'm so serious about this that I may have to delete this video after it comes out and re-release it when Power Origins is back on, when everyone is looking for more Power videos, just so this video could get the attention and the views that it deserves. Because right now it's Power off season and everyone's numbers are down. But I need to get it out now to get it to the people and just see how it goes. What we're going to do here is I'm going to break down to y'all how OG Power should have ended. And I'm telling y'all, if Omari Hardwick himself seen this video, he would say, you know what, Nate Almighty, you're on to something. I'm going to tell y'all how OG Power should have ended. I'm going to explain to y'all how it works with Ghost not dying, actually becoming the lieutenant governor. And I'm going to tell you how OG Power ends and how Power Book 2 Ghost should have began, okay? Some familiar elements that we've already seen from these shows will be included because we already seen it already, and it makes it easier for me to tell this story. When I tell y'all this is incredible, when I tell y'all this video is going to be a banger, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright now y'all, let's break it down like this. This is how OG Power should have ended between Ghost and Tariq. I haven't even searched to see if anyone else has even made a video like this before, because I know that if they did, they not fucking with me. So let's get to it, alright? First off, we gotta rewind back to the conversation that Tariq had with Ghost about taking the charge for Ray Ray. During the conversation where Tariq talks to Ghost about who's gonna take the charge for killing Ray Ray, Tariq decides he will take his charge like a man since it's his fault in the first place. He's upset with Ghost, but at the end of the day, he decides to be a man, not a bitch. He also decides he wants nothing to do with his father from that point on. He will, however, use his father's connections to get a good enough deal that will have him home as soon as possible. Through Ghost's connections, Tariq cops out to 5 years and some parole time. Then Tariq goes to prison, or rather, he prepares to go to prison. He tells Tasha not to visit him and to let him do his time like a man, because he doesn't want them to see him like that. And do not tell Yaz. As a matter of fact, they tell Yaz that Tariq went off to school. Tasha tells Tariq Ghost would love to visit him. He tells Tasha, fuck Ghost, I'm done with him. Rejects Ghost's offer to put money on his books and everything. And OG Power ends with Tariq in an orange suit, beginning his bid, angry, but feeling free from Ghost for the first time in his life. Okay? The final scene before Tariq goes in, because the final scene would be Tariq going in to serve his time, Ghost officially becomes lieutenant governor, right? And now, here is the plot for how Book 2 Ghost should have began, and how keeping Ghost alive makes it way better. First off, right, let's talk about Tommy, okay? Tommy stays in New York City because Ghost doesn't die, so Tasha never goes to WITSEC. More on that later. While in prison, Tariq finally learns how to fight while having to protect himself and general population. He for sure gets beat up and whooped a couple times, right? He gets cool with an OG Muslim dude who teaches him how to box. By the time Tariq leaves prison, he will have become very respected in prison for putting in his own work and having his own name, okay? While in prison, he contemplates what he wants to do with his life after his release, knowing if he wants to, he can use his father's connections to get a job and stay low-key and legit. And he knows Ghost is already out there putting his life together post-prison for him, and he hates that. Tariq does 2 to 3 years in prison while working out and reading the whole time, right? And getting as accurate with his boxing skills as possible. While he's there, he keeps in contact with Braden, who left college early to work at Western Holdings. He sold some weed and some pills and a little bit of coke while on campus and still developed a love for the game, but never got caught and never fully went deep into the game. He also got cool with this NBA prospect named Zeke, who he kept in contact with as they shared a love for partying and women, thus creating the opportunity for the Tejada family to still be a part of the story. Zeke gets a knee injury and never goes pro, creating a way to keep Zeke in the story longer until he's killed by the same person again later, right? Effie found Tariq while in prison because while his trial was going on, of course, it made the news. And once she found Tariq, how she initially seen him for the first time in prison, she goes to randomly visit him, so it's a surprise to Tariq. She apologized to him to his face for what happened at show. They don't get back together while he's in prison, but they keep in contact. She sends him sexy photos, visits him, and things like that in order to help him get through his time. They build a stronger bond than they had in the real series. She's hustling too, but doesn't have a strong enough team to pop off the way she really wants to. During the same time, Ghost is getting richer and more popular in politics, and he has plans to run for mayor in the near future. It is looking like he would win if he goes, right? Now, there will be other little shenanigans and stuff that goes along with this story, but this is Power Book 2 Ghost. Ghost is not the main character of this. He's a side character, right? Which makes us anticipate more of what's going on with him, right? But this is all about Tariq and Tariq's story after coming home from prison, right? Now let's talk about Tasha. Tasha is an accountant and completely cut off from Ghost besides her visiting time with Yaz, right? Ghost has custody of Yaz, like I said. Tariq gets released with Ghost, Tasha, Yaz, Braden, and Effie waiting for him. We're going to see Ghost waiting outside his black truck that he loves so much. He go be on one side, Tasha and everybody else gonna be on the other side, right? We talking about welcome home balloons, everything, right? Right? Once Tariq is released, he sees Ghost first. He frowns, gives Ghost a nasty look, like, yeah, fuck him. He looks to the right, he sees Tasha and his family, he's happy, right? He completely ignores Ghost and leaves with everyone else. Ghost says to him before they drive off, I love you, son. Come and talk to me when you're ready, and I got you with anything that you need. Of course, Effie gives Tariq the pussy the first day out, and blocks Brayden from taking him out with Zeke to the strip club to go deal with some women, right? After making love, they lay in the bed. She tells him about her struggles in the game and how she wants Tariq to stay out of the game. At the moment, Tariq plans on getting a job on his own without Ghost's help and staying out of trouble. He plans to never deal with Ghost, right? Of course, naturally throughout this story, they would return back to talking to each other in some capacity, but certain things would have to happen, right? But anyways, Tariq is living with Tasha, right? Tommy comes to visit Tariq his second day out at his mother's house, right? To give him some money, chop it up with him, this, that, and the third. I didn't say it, but Tommy kept in contact with Tariq too, right? But he was busy. And Tasha has Yaz over there too, right? Yaz is saying, I wish everybody could live together again like the past, whatever, right? Tommy's talking to Tariq about Ghost. Tommy's telling Tariq how him and Ghost don't have beef, but they don't speak because Ghost wants nothing to do with the criminal element, right? Tommy has become the biggest drug dealer in New York City with plans on expanding, okay? Too Big is his number 2, right? Creating the opportunity for Tommy to go to Chicago in the future by using the grandmother storyline from season 1, right? He supports Tariq's choice to stay out of trouble. And he tells Tariq, if I ever find out you're in the game, I'll beat you up myself, blah, 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 blah. And the entire season will consist of Tariq adjusting to his freedom. And he will be hearing about Effie's problems with the game while thinking to himself how he would have made things better if he was still in the game and leading the situation. But for the most part, he's not even considering returning back to the game, right? He will have Brayden telling him how he wants to be his own man too. And if Tariq ever returned to the game, then he will be right there with him. He would also tell Tariq about Zeke's family business and his cousin Diana, who is very attractive and turned him down. He will reject that thought though. Season 1 continues with Tariq not being able to land a good job, okay? He ends up working a job as a janitor. He's not getting paid that money. He hates it. He quits that job. He hates taking orders, right? And he hates the fact that he can't take care of Tasha the way he wants to and have her living in luxury like his father had her living. And he further resents Ghost for not doing anything for Tasha, even though, let's be real, Tasha deserves it. Now, by episode 8, Brayden kills his uncle and goes and tells Tariq he threw him off the roof for trying to cooperate with the feds over the Weston Holdings scandal. He's also being pursued by the Tejada family for losing their life insurance money. Tariq naturally kept a gun for himself and gets into a standoff with Brayden and the Tejadas outside of Tasha's apartment, right? Apartment building, but nothing happens because someone called the police and the Tejadas left before the cops came, right? This happens in episode 9. So Tariq has a few major issues. Tariq thinks to himself in the finale, I want to help my best friend, I want to help my mom, I want to help my girl. And I also want to make my own money and I don't want to work for nobody, right? Working no square ass job, right? I now have inherited my best friend's beef. And to be honest, I never wanted to be a regular Joe working a regular job. And I'm never going to ask Ghost for help. We don't need him. During the final moments of the season finale, Tariq randomly gets a call from his mentor through a burner phone, the OG Muslim who taught him how to fight in prison. And Tariq says to him, what's up, OG? Remember when you told me to just let you know when I'm ready to make some real paper? He says, listen, youngin, I love you like you my own son. But remember, I also told you not to speak on it unless you're serious. Because I don't play about this. I'm about my business. Tariq tells him, I've never been more serious in my life. And the season finale ends. Now, y'all tell me in the comment section if this wasn't a way better way to end OG Power and start off Power Book 2 Ghost. Now, remind you, if you're worried about timelines, right? Tariq did 2 or 3 years, thus making everything that happened within 2-3 years of Power Book 2 Ghost relatively happen around the same time. So a lot of the things that happen within 2 or 3 seasons, all of these things would relatively be able to work and come together around the same time that it would have happened in real life. Including the time that Tommy takes to go to Chicago, including all the times that it would take for Western Holdings to go up in flames. All of this stuff happened within 2-3 seasons. So by the time Tariq comes home, a lot of these things are developing, maybe slightly different, but a lot of these things are developing, as well as extra things developing as far as, Zeke staying alive for a little longer, right? Maybe if you want to eliminate the Zeke getting killed by the Tejada's daddy, you know what I'm saying? You can still figure out something else for Zeke to do. You know what I'm saying? Mecca could still play a part without Tariq knowing what's going on at the time. We could still bring him in. But this would be the end of OG Power, going into season 1 of Power Book 2 Ghost and ending season 1 of Power Book 2 Ghost. I know for a fact this is better than what everybody got. Because Ghost is still alive, so he could pop in and out at any time, right? I could dive more into what Ghost's involvement would be in season 2, but quite frankly, I'm not even going to take my time to even think about that and ponder that and take the time to make notes on that until I see how this video is going to do. Because like I said, I might have to take this video down and re-release it when there's a lot more power hype going on, so this video could get the respect and the views that it deserves. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touched by an ink. That's on the dome, nigga.